like I said before, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to. The way you rotate is you take a paper and you actually spin it around. Well, I can't do that here. So what I'm going to try to do is have you understand what's going on. Imagine that you take this guy and you tie it to a string and you hold it to the origin and then you flick it. It's spinning around. Spin, 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 spin. And it makes a complete 180. Where does that end up? Well, the Q here, let me make it that one. The Q here is going to go up there. Okay, the way you handle 180 rotations is whatever you do to get to the 1 point, you're going to do literally the opposite. So since J from the origin is left 5 down 3, then J is going to be right 5 up 3. That's like a shortcut to do rotations. J prime, of course, Q prime, of course. To get to R, the way you get to R is left 3 down 5, so right 3 up 5, there's my R. And what we have is not a reflection, but rather a rotation. R prime. Red on orange, not my brightest idea. Q prime ended up being 0, 1. J prime ended up being 5, 3. R prime ended up being 3, 5. All right, now things get complicated. And by the way, a 180 rotation is just you you turning it upside down, a complete 180. Those of you who played like the Tony Hawks growing up, you know what a 180 is. You jump up on skateboard, you turn around. Moving on. Doing rotations. Me trying to be enthusiastic about rotations. Ah ha ha ha. It's funny because no one likes rotations. We did the last problem. The last problem that we did, the center of rotation was the origin. Now it's not going to be the origin anymore, thus and therefore making things a bit of a challenge. A little more challenging. Okay. The angle in which we rotate something is called the angle of rotation. So, if I were to put vocab to the problem we just did, the center of rotation was the origin, the angle of rotation was 180. And if I go clockwise, I'm not going to go like this because I think I'm backwards. I don't remember if I am or not. Clockwise go like this. Counterclockwise go like this. It's literally if you look at a clock. But you already know that because we already did this in like section 1 point whatever. So none of this be new. Now it's new. We're actually going to start out with a friendly one. Let me quick switch to my document camera. And I think at this point I can stop presenting because what I have on my screen is what I also have on my document camera. So I think, So I think I'm good. Make sure, please, and thank you so that you see everything. You zoom up and blow up that. This is a very old, this is a very old license of mine. Wait a minute. I don't want you to see my license number. I'm going to have to edit that out. Look at that handsome guy, huh? How old was I at this? How old was I? That was in my 20s. I was like 20. When was this issued? It's 24. I was a baby. Look at me. I was a baby. Hi, guys. My name is Mr. Perich. I hope you're ready for class. Let me just run my fingers through my beautiful hair, which I had, and it was beautiful. Again, please click on the pin button so that what you see is larger. What I'm being asked to do in this here problem is I'm being asked to rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise about the origin. This is how we rotate, okay? And I have so many videos on this, it's ridiculous. The problem is you know, you're in a different city than I am, and it's hard to see. Counterclockwise go like this way. 90 degrees is 1/4 turn. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my picture and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise 1/4 spin. That's step one. Step two is you write out the points as they appear. What do I mean by that? Here's my origin. It appears to me that the way I get to x is I go right 1, 2, down 1, 2, 3. So x prime would be right 2, down 3. And before you're like, oh no, Mr. Perich, you're writing it sideways. I know. Fight me. Actually, please don't. What is this letter? B. If I get to B as it appears, I go left 1, 2, down 1, 2, 3. No, I'm sorry, left 1, down 1, 2, 3, 4. So B prime appears to be -1, -4. And the way I get to N as it appears is I go right 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right 4, down 5 is 4, -5. Again, what I did is I spun it in the direction that the directions told me to. Direction. And then I wrote down the points as they appear. So now when I fix my image, I can graph those points. I can graph those points on the actual coordinate plane, and I can see my rotation. Okay. So let me graph them. Oh, yeah, that's right. Very insecure about what I did. I don't know what for. I turn heads when I walk through the door. 2, -3. 4, -5. And -1, -4. What you see here is the shape itself did not change. The shape is still congruent to the original shape. But what I did is what I set up here. What I set up there is it's going to be a 90-degree turn this way. Okay, so I went 90 degrees that way. My original, so I'm viewing this as like I'm going to flick that guy just a teensy bit, and that guy's just going to go, and there it went. Rotation 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. So according to what that says, I'm going to go this way 1/4 turn. So let's take our paper, spin 1/4 turn. Now time to write down the points as they appear. I have 4 points. Y, U, I wish that was a C because then it would be yuck, but I think that's B. Y, U, B, K. So Y prime, U prime, B prime, K prime. K pop? prime. So the way I get to y is I go right 1, 2, 3, down 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. I went right 3, down 4, right 3, down 4. The way I get to u is I go left 1, 2, down 1, 2, left 2, down 2, -2, -2. The way I get to b is I don't move, go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't move, down 5. The way I get to k is I go right 1, 2, 3, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right 3, down 5. So when all is said and done, my shape is going to look like a Sand Rover from A New Hope on the bottom. That's what it's going to look like. So I'm going to take my sideways points that I have. Y prime was 3, -4. So y prime was 1, 2, 3, down 1, 2, 3, 4, y prime. U prime was left 2, left 2, down 2, U prime. B was don't move, down 5. B was don't move. My kids are screaming upstairs. Oh, children. B was right 3, down 5. B was right 3. I'm sorry, K was right 3, down 5. Time to complicate things. In the last two problems, my center of rotation was the origin. Good old 0, 0. Can't go wrong with 0, 0. Well, now it's not. It's not. Rotate 180 degrees about the point, -1, 2. This is what we do when you're rotating around something that is not the origin. I'm just going to make believe that -1, 2 is the origin. So I'm going to go left 1, up 2. Now, the best way to make believe that that's the origin is I put a dot there and I draw myself a new axis. So that's why I have the old driver's license out, and because I couldn't find a ruler. But that's okay. Jesus is my ruler, right, guys? So purple is my new axis. Orange is the new black, and purple is my new axis, and I drew that terribly on the right side. That's okay. That's okay. So this is where it gets complicated. Rotating at 180 degrees means I spin it upside down. Spin it around my new origin, okay? Upside down. This is where it gets weird. You ready? The way you figure out what your points are, okay, is now going to be more words than numbers. Actually, just as many words than numbers. I don't have these points labeled, so I'll just call them A, B, C, D, not that that matters. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually not going to write out the points. I'm going to use vector form, what we learned yesterday, to determine the direction that I go. So I'm going to call you A, I'm going to call you B, and I'm going to call you C, and I'm going to call you D so I don't screw it up. The way I get to A is I go left 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, 3, 4. So my new A is going to be me going left 3, up 4. That does not mean my new point's going to be negative 3, 4. It won't be. So I'm traveling to go to B. I'm again traveling from this point right here, and I'm going left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up 1, 2, 3, 4. So I went left 9, up 4. The way I get to C is I go left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I go down 1, 2, 3, 4. So the way I get to C, well, I'll call it C prime, was left 8, down 4. The way I get to D prime is I go left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down 1, 2, 3. Left 6, down 3. That's not the point, negative 6, negative 3. That's the direction left 6, down 3. Now to graph them upside down. I go to my original origin, or I'm sorry, not my original origin, the origin that I created, the new origin. Stop playing the flute. Sorry, my kids are playing a flute. I just yelled at them. I'm sorry that I offended you. All right, the way I get to A prime is I go in the direction left 3, up 4. So here I am at my new origin. I'm going to go left 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's my A prime. The way I get to B is I go left 9, up 4. So left 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up 1, 2, 3, 4. The way I get to C prime is I start at my new origin and I go left 8, down 4. Left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, down 1, 2, 3, 4. And that was C prime. And the way I get to my new D prime is I go to my new origin and I go left 1, 2, 3, 4. What was it? 5, 6, down 1, 2, 3. I never said it would be easy. I only said it would be fun. That's why the meme at the beginning was silly, because it was Joker pretending to be happy, and we all know what happens in that movie. Very similar to what happened in the Capitol yesterday. Just drinking my coffee. You hear my kids? I bet you their mother's like, go downstairs and play the flute very loudly. You ready to do it again? Do it again. We are gonna do it again. Do it again. Do it again. We are gonna do it again. First, you find your point and put your point on the graph. Left 2, down 3, bippity bop. Now I use the backside of my I use the backside of my ruler. And in this case, you would say, no, Mr. Perich, Jesus is my ruler, and I would agree. Didn't I make that joke yesterday? I feel like I did. Or maybe that's one of the jokes that I censored myself. Oh, I'm sorry, Santi, that I'm so funny. Just having the darndest time seeing what I'm doing. Hey, buttheads, play that upstairs. Get out of here. All right, so now my job is to rotate 90 degrees clockwise about the point -2, -3. I put the point down. Now I need to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise, putting the pen on the dot, spinning it one time. Now what I'm going to do is I have 3 points A, B, C, prime, prime, prime. Can you see? You can see. I'm going in a direction, so I'm going to use vector notation. Vector. Vector. Oh, yeah. Right, guys? I think they meant upstairs now. All right, so here's the dot. I need to write out how I get to those 3 corners as they appear. The way I get to A is I go left 1, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 6. I go left 1, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So left 1, up 6. The way I get to B is I don't move up 1. And the way I get to C is I go left 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1. Now let's graph them. How do I get to A? Left 1, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A prime. How do I get to B? Don't move, up 1, don't move, up 1, B prime. How do I get to C? Left 4, up 1, left 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, C prime, connect. Connect. Connect, bro. Whew! I'm literally sitting here with my coffee, just looking at the screen, enjoying you guys not make sound and not do anything. So I put my dot there. I made my brand new coordinate plane based off of the dot. This John telling me to rotate it 270 clockwise, which means I'm going to go in the way of a clock 3 turns. So let's talk like the count. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to write out my new points as they appear according to the new origin. So I have A prime, I have B prime, and I have C prime. The way I get to A is I go left 1, 2, 3, don't go up or down. So A prime is left 3, don't go up or down. The way I get to B prime is I go left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't move up or down. Kelsey, what's wrong? Who would take your cereal bar? Take it back. The way I go to C is I go left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, up 1, 2, 3, 4. So left 4, up 4. Now I graph these points based off of where I'm supposed to go from the new origin. A prime is going to be left 3, don't move. Left 1, 2, 3, don't move, A prime. B prime is going to be left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, B prime. And then C prime is going to be left 4. Oh, shoot. I thought it was left 4. Was it left 4, up 4? No, I was right. Okay. Left 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, 2, 3, 4. That was C prime. None of these shapes changed shape. They just spun around that guy right there. Take your cereal bar? No, why would I take your cereal bar? What kind of cereal bar is it? What's yours? I don't know where it is. I bet you Stanley took it. That stinky old hound dog. Tell Stanley, get out of here. It must have been him. Stinky old hound. Smelly hound dog. I believe that the way you talk to children is stern but fair. And by teaching my kids to have one common enemy, in the end, they learn to bind together and love each other more. And of course, that common enemy is my dog, Stanley. Whenever food goes missing, Stanley took it. Whenever they're missing a toy, Stanley took it. Whenever lightning strikes a tree in the backyard, Stanley did it. Blame the dog. It's easy. Just point at him. And he goes, oh, because of dogs. All right, now that was a problem from a while ago. We did that one. And that leads us to the end. Now, in this problem, estimate the angle of rotation. Well, what do I have here? I have a pinwheel, and how appropriate that it's an American flag, right, gang? This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dots on it. And so if I'm going to go 2 dots from 8 dots, like first off, if I have a pinwheel, here's the center. Goes there to there. What angle is that? Easy. Jill said it too. And in this case, do we go clockwise or counterclockwise? I know the picture's not good, and I stole it from the internet and I blew it up. I'll give you a hint. Let me re-letter these. So do I go clockwise or counterclockwise? Very good, counterclockwise. CCW. And Santi said it. Jill said it too before I wrote it down, so it counts. Air high fives to both of you. Well, that's all I've got for today.